Five Nights at Freddy's is a video game franchise created by Scott Cawthon, and it's about surviving 5 nights at a restaurant called Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria. I first got into FNAF in 2014 when the second game was out and thriving. I remember seeing it and getting scared of the Chuck E. Cheese looking robots, thinking that they're gonna break into my house and try to kill me in my sleep. Fourth game really didn't help with that. Five Nights at Freddy's has a very strange but also rich history where I honestly don't know where to start. It's full of a bunch of different sub-communities within it that range to theory videos, to gaming channels, to SFMs, and probably my favorite genre, the Plush videos. I'll be going over each of them in that order to try to help make some sort of a timeline. God knows this community really struggles to come up with one.
Internet, welcome to Game Theory.
God, I love that intro. Now, if you're a part of the FNAF community, I'm 99% sure that you have heard of MatPat. MatPat is probably one of the people who had the biggest hand in pioneering the FNAF community into what it is today. He encouraged everyone to look deeper into the stories within the games, but not just with Five Nights at Freddy's, with honestly really any game. MatPat is the founder and former host of Game Theory, as well as all of its other channels. He would try to dissect the FNAF lore in an attempt to figure out its story, and then proceeded to lose his sanity because of it.
How can Mangle be walking around in FNAF 2 before all the animatronics are possessed? How can Springtrap be experimenting with Remnant when he's sealed in a wall? Answer me!
Not all of MatPat's theories turned out to be right about the stories, and they weren't really meant to be taken, set in stone. They were really just ideas for the story that we were trying to unveil as the games were coming out. And people seemed to have a problem to understand that his theories should not be taken as law. Although a handful of his theories turned out to be true, not all of them were. Remember the Sans' Nest drama? MatPat really paved the way for a lot of other channels to make theory videos on Five Nights at Freddy's. There's channels like Unwithered Truth and Gibby's Horror Homestead, who I both only recently discovered, and it led the way for other FNAF YouTubers to make their own theory videos, like Dawko and Spacey Tracy, both who I'll get back to later. After making theories of the communities for about 13 years, MatPat announced his retirement and left his channels in the hands of fellow theorists who became his co-workers and friends along the way. He left game theory to Tom, film theory to Lee, food theory for Santi, style theory for Amy, and GT Live to Ash. I didn't really watch a whole lot of videos from his other channels. I mostly just watched game theory, but I still subscribe to the other channels just because out of respect. And on his last goodbye video, we watched as MatPat went to Scott Cawthon's house and was brought inside to finally know the true FNAF storyline.
I've been expecting you. Come, we have much to discuss.
With MatPat leading the way for us, the FNAF community was able to figure out the storyline of Five Nights at Freddy's, or at least what most consider to believe the true storyline. And I hope that this section was really good, just as a way to really say thank you to him for everything he's done for not just the FNAF community, but honestly just everyone, every community on the internet that he had a positive impact on. Just wanted to say thank you, MatPat, for everything, and I hope you enjoy retirement.
What?
Hey, that's just a theory.
That's just a theory.
Just a theory.
Just a theory.
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 That's just a theory.
That's just a theory.
That's just a theory.
That's just a theory.
A style theory.
A food theory.
A film theory.
A game theory.
Thanks for watching.
Dawko back again. What's going on, guys? Dawko back again.
Five Nights at Freddy's first became popular when famous video game YouTuber Markiplier decided to give the game a try. Markiplier playing the game helped it gain a lot of popularity, and because of this, he was deemed the king of FNAF.
Was that the bite of 87?
Markiplier and MatPat are two people that really helped FNAF get its hype at the beginning of the game franchise, and it was a pretty consistent loop when it was in its prime. Scott would make a game, Markiplier would play it, and then MatPat would analyze it, and it would kind of just loop like that for the first 6 games. Along with Mark, there were other YouTubers like Jacksepticeye and Dawko who played the games when they came out.
Locate the small button on Freddy's face, just under his right cheek, and press it.
This?
For clarification, please note that I am referring to Freddy's right, not your right.
Oh.
Great. Now locate...
Markiplier and Jacksepticeye themselves actually did variety gaming content, but not Dawko, though. Dawko, he was a full-on FNAF YouTuber, and I loved him for it.
Let's take a sip of this magic tea. Apparently it does wonders for me. Yummy tea. I don't feel like I'm changing.
Dawko, over time, became one of the big figureheads within the FNAF community. He's made videos of not just him playing the main franchise's games, but also fan games. He would also make videos of talking about potential theories and giving his thoughts and opinions on them.
What the heck is Chica's secret party?
He would also just straight up read the books to us and give his own opinion on what happens in the books and theories that he came up with on that.
Eleanor, you little hoe! You skinny little hoe!
Dawko even got to have an interview with Scott Cawthon twice. He made a deal with Scott when the Ultimate Custom Night came out as a game that if he beat 50-20 mode, he would be able to have an interview with Scott. And he did win. And then the second interview, I believe Scott offered it to him, and they had an interview for the 10-year anniversary. Yeah, that's right, this franchise is over a decade old right now. Dawko's also doing a FNAF merch collab with Hex, and is having some pretty high-quality plushies made. Dawko even helped make FNAF nerdcore music videos that were uploaded on his channel, and they were about some of the stories that were in the books, which are honestly pretty interesting. No one else really has done this before, and I don't think anyone has done this before. And I'm being 100% serious when I say this. I think Dawko has an amazing singing voice, and I want to see more music videos made by him.
Five Nights at Freddy's. Is this where you wanna be? I just don't get it. Why do you wanna stay Five Nights at Freddy's?
FNAF isn't the only thing that Dawko did, although it was like one of his main things. Dawko really played any games that were indie horror. Honestly, anything indie he liked to promote, and I respect him a lot for that. I'm honestly happy to say that Dawko deserves the title of the King of FNAF after all this time. Another big thing that was trending in the Five Nights at Freddy's community was fan-made animations that people created first in Source Filmmaker. You have people like The Hottest Dog and Derpy Horse 4 who would make some pretty high-quality animated fan projects that you should check out after you watch this video. They're honestly really good. Derpy Horse is currently working on a series called End of the Memeverse, and The Hottest Dog has his own series called Special Strike. Before these two became popular, there were a lot of other channels that would make their own animations of what I believe their headcanons were for the FNAF lore. I remember loving them. There's also Andrew John 100, who was not only a SFM series animator, but he also made Plush videos.
Does this answer your question?
Andrew John, although I only recently discovered him, I think he is an incredible YouTuber. I don't really watch his stuff, but the story behind him and his channel is really interesting to me. Andrew John started off as a small YouTube channel where he just posted some Transformer action figure videos, and he did a series on a game called Snoopy versus the Red Baron.
The flying circus has invaded Civilization Island. Take out every vehicle you see.
Okay.
Andrew John eventually started getting into SFM and Plush videos for FNAF specifically, and the two of them together allowed his channel to grow into what it is today. Andrew John doesn't do a lot of Plush videos anymore, he mostly just does SFMs, which are still pretty high quality. I think he's got like a team behind it as well. He still does Plush videos, but I think he's limited them to just YouTube shorts.
Wait a minute, buddy, shouldn't you be the one making breakfast? No, I'm not making breakfast today. I'm taking a break. Well, if you're not cooking breakfast, then who is? Look at the kitchen. Is that Bigfoot? Mm-hmm.
Ocean man, take me by the hand, lead me to the land that you understand.
Plush channels are a subgenre that exists in almost every video game community to some scale, but the FNAF plush genre is really unique compared to the rest of them. A lot of these channels just started off as little goofy plush shenanigans, but they all eventually started to grow up and mature and get their own lore separate from the games. And this was the good stuff. I mean, look at the plush collection that I have because of it. You have channels like Five Nights at Freddy's, who's one of like the giants when it comes in this plush genre. I've never really watched his stuff though. He's made hour-long movies of just his plushies in front of the camera, going through the most traumatizing stuff, fighting to save the universe and whatnot. It's pretty insane. Not only that, but his plush universe is also somehow linked to a bunch of other universes of other plush tubers, and the FNAF plush tubers were like doing this whole multiverse thing before Hollywood even popularized it, but even then, it was better. Another channel that I actually watched was Sly Pie, who started off as a standard plush channel, but he had his own little spark when it came to it, and it made him pretty popular.
Oh, you little children, I remember you big boys and girls. Oh, you should know where my fried rice is. Where my fried rice?
Sly Pie would start off doing goofy plush videos like any other channel would, but then eventually he'll get into the heavy lore like every other plush channel does at some point. But then he would start hopping on trends with his plush videos to help keep gaining views. I don't really blame him a whole lot, a man's gotta eat. Since he was kind of trend hopping, it started to become more content farm-esque, which doing that always attracts the iPad babies into a fan base.
Holy god, thing of.
The last channel that I want to talk about is Spacey Tracy, who used to be called Travis Plush Productions. Spacey Tracy would make plush videos like any other plush channel, but with a sense of humor that I loved.
Fear mortals! As I have my mighty weapon, I will destroy you all!
Cricket noise, cricket noise, cricket noise, cricket noise, cricket noise, cricket noise.
I basically grew up watching her channel, which is kind of funny because we're around the same age. Over time, Tracy's videos would become more and more high quality and begin to focus more on some sort of storyline and its own lore, but still having its own silly little charm to it.
Tomorrow? We did not wait in that line for 3 hours just to be told we have to come back tomorrow!
Well, I'm sorry, boys. The rules are the rules.
I have an idea. What's that, Springtrap? I have a bomb!
As I got older, I got in and out of watching her content, but I became a permanent subscriber to her in 2023. Tracy's Plush series recently came to an end, actually. Well, recently in my opinion. Now she's branching out to other types of content. Some of it is still FNAF, some of it is not. Either way, I'm enjoying it and I'm having fun with it. Spacey Tracy, in my opinion, is a really cool and unique channel that not a lot of people tend to come across often. She started out with just one thing, which was the plush videos, but eventually started branching out into other content, not just limiting herself to one category. It's honestly inspiring, and it's kind of the reason why I decided to start making videos like this as well, doing whatever I want on my channel, not just limiting myself to one gimmick. I mean, if someone else my age can do it, then surely I can too. Five Nights at Freddy's is a game franchise with a fan base of multiple subgenres, and I honestly don't think I would be the same person I am today without it. It's a game that is honestly inspiring considering the whole story that happened for Scott to even come up with the idea of making it in the first place. Although I don't really have anything to show it, I consider myself a member of the Five Nights at Freddy's community more than any other gaming community really, and I honestly want to show it. I'm probably going to start playing all of the 7 original games. I have them on my desktop already. I'll probably just start making a series playing that.